And I said, okay, let me try it the Lord's way. Little did I know that the Lord was gonna take me on an extreme journey, a ride of my life that I never expected to happen, and that led me to making this video. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ananda, and on this channel we talk all things aligning yourself with the life and business you are called to live and lead. Today I have a very transparent video with you guys. There has been a lot going on in my life. As you can see by the title, God has called me to build this business with my whole heart, and so I want to start off by being honest. The Lord has called me to do something that is so scary to me, and honestly I did not understand. For the past year I have been on a faith journey with the Lord, and my life has turned upside down. It all started last year when the Lord moved me into this apartment. If you do follow me on TikTok, you guys know the testimony of this apartment and how I got here. This was a door opened up from God, and I prayed and prayed and prayed, and he opened up the right door finally. When I got into this apartment, I declared before God and I said that this is your apartment. I know that this apartment is tied to abundance, tied to growth, tied to this new season that you're calling me to step into. And so I give you full reins. This is your apartment, and I pray that you work through me here. And boy, did he do that. He did that times 100, and he's still doing that times 100. I just want to share a little bit of where I've been over the past year, what's been happening, and how the Lord has led me to this video and to create and build a business onto him. When I got to this apartment, the Lord just started speaking to me a lot more. I started writing things in my journal, and I would have these dreams, and I just kept getting just like this divine revelation. And through this, like, he just kept speaking to me. He told me last year to go to school. I prayed for a confirmation. I said, Lord, if this is from you, give me a confirmation. And he sent a random stranger to tell me to go back to school. When I thought, you know, the Lord opened this apartment, I thought that that was the best he was gonna get. I thought that he could not blow my mind even the more, but he continued to do so. And I uploaded this testimony on TikTok. It completely went viral. The crazy part is I felt I needed to say this and speak it on my platform, but it was such a long video. I'm like, no one is going to watch this video because it was like over 10 minutes long. I wound up cutting it down to like 6 minutes, and I still was just like, it's so long, like I don't know if I should upload it. I wind up uploading it anyway, and something told me to like put a hook there and give a disclaimer that, you know, this video is long, but if you stay to the end, you'll get what I'm trying to say. And almost 200,000 people watched that video, and to think that I wasn't gonna upload it because I felt like it was too long. It was clear that the Lord was really leading me and guiding me in this area, and it touched so many people because they might have been wondering if God called them to go back to school, to further their education, to take this next step in life. They might be feeling confused, but through my story, they can see that God is guiding them as well. Through this, I started school last year. I'm still in school, and I have about a little less than a year left, but I see the reason why the Lord wanted me to go to school. Number one, he wanted me to be disciplined enough and further my skill set that he has blessed me with, which is the skill set around business and marketing. And he wanted me to be prepared for the season that he wants me to walk into. And so now looking back, I see the reason why he wanted me to go back to school. Even though I wanted to go back to school, I see the reason why the Lord confirmed that I should. After that, the Lord just kept speaking to me. I was at my last job, and at my last job I was working at a spa, you know, front desk at a spa, doing sales and everything like that. And at the time, like, I knew it was a temporary job, and I was going to be moving out of that job whenever God called me. And it was getting to this point where I kept asking the Lord, like, when do you want me to leave this job? What do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go next? And I kept asking for like a year, and I was just like, Lord, I'm not gonna leave unless you tell me to leave. All of a sudden, like, there was just something that just switched at the job. It was almost like the grace that I had to be there had lifted. And there started to be problems, not only with the staff, because I've dealt with that in a job and I was able to overcome it, but it started to be issues with leadership. And once it started to be issues with the leadership, I'm like, how can I continue to work at a job where not only am I having problems with the staff, but I'm also having problems with leadership? This isn't sustainable. So I prayed to God and I asked him for guidance. What do you want me to do? And the Lord led me to leave my job, quit my job in December of 2025. So that's about 7 months ago. Little did I know that the Lord was going to take me on an extreme journey, a ride of my life that I never expected to happen, and that led me to making this video. I leave my job. I don't know what's to come, but I'm putting all of my faith in God. And I'm saying, Lord, if you're telling me to leave, I'm gonna follow you, and I am going to take it day by day. So the Lord has provided for me for 7 months without me having to work. But through that time, I was searching for jobs, trying to get a job in marketing, trying to get a salary job. And before, I never had problems with getting a job. It's just the job market, what's going on? But I was getting interviewed. I was getting so many interviews and my resume was passing the screening. But every single time I did an interview, either they would pass me to the second interview and it would get canceled last minute, or they would just ghost me and never say anything back, or months later I'll get a rejection email from them. And it just felt like there was this huge blockage going down this path. It took everything in me. I mean, I was crying, I was depressed, I was drained. Every time I would open up the job board, I would feel literally so much dread. And this is coming from during this time, and this is recently just, you know, shifted, and that's why I'm prompted to make this video. But during that time, I was applying to 3 to 5 jobs every single day. It wasn't just oh, I'm just gonna apply for this job here and there and then hope. No, I was applying, I was following up, I was connecting, I was networking, I was doing everything that I knew to do to get a job. I revamped my resume, I revamped my portfolios, and I never had an issue getting an interview, and I never had an issue getting a job before. It took me up until a couple of weeks ago where I literally just sat and I said, Lord, what are you telling me to do? 2 months after I quit my job, the Lord put it on my heart and he said, start your business, start preparing for your business, write the business plan. And so at the time I didn't know really what business he was calling me to lead. But I did have like a sense, because when I was at the other job, I was getting all of these ideas and things. And so through this, you know, I know the Lord has said, you know, write the business plan. I obeyed him. He gave me specific instructions. I obeyed him. And I still just was like, God, okay, well, what is this, you know? All while still applying for jobs. Through this challenge of applying for jobs and doing all of it for months and months, I mean 6+ months of doing the same thing, applying for jobs, networking, interviewing, I went to the Lord, and it was enough for me to go to the Lord, because I understand that the job market is tough and everyone is having a hard time, and I know that it takes time. But I was feeling enough dread to the point where I wanted to quit, and it was really draining my spirit and taking away from the creative things that the Lord has given me for this business. And so I went to him and I said, God, I don't know what's happening here. Like, I know you told me to leave my job. I know you are my provider. What is happening here? Because I am not getting through, and I'm not even seeing anything that's promising. And I realized that I never went to the Lord about what type of job I was applying for. And I was just like, you know, like, it's smart to get a job and build a business. It's smart. Yes, it is smart. It is wise. But what is God telling me to do? To make a long story short, I was like, I need to have my priorities straight. If God told me to build the business and to write the business plan and to do it on to him, if he's told me to do this, that means that he wants me to make this a priority. And I felt like God has been testing my obedience and seeing if I'm going to show up the way he's calling me to show up without the full blueprint. And this has stretched my faith so much. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a season where your faith has been stretched, where God tells you to do something, but you don't know the reason why, and you don't know how to do it. You just know that you're called to do this thing. And I said, okay, well, let me try it the Lord's way. Let me try it the Lord's way. I don't know what he meant by write the business plan, do this and do that. I don't know the timing, because at the time I didn't know if he meant do it tomorrow, do it a year from now. I just know that he said do it. And so if he said do it, that means I have to show up and do it. And so I said, you know what? I'm having so much trouble in this job search. I am drained. I am feeling, this is dread. I'm at a point where I don't even know if I even want a job anymore. And so I made a decision. I said, you know what? I'm going to put this business before anything else. I'm going to make this a priority, and I'm going to do it fully. After that, I just started moving towards it, writing ideas down, putting stuff down. And I just felt like God was just like pouring his presence onto me as I was doing this. You know, I still don't know all the moving pieces and parts. I know that I have it in my heart to help people align with the life they say they want, the life that they're meant to live, and the businesses they are meant to build. And if you are a woman who's in this place where you know you're called for more, and you know that there is more out there for you to achieve, and you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you're not moving forward towards that, or you feel like the way you see yourself and the vision that you have does not look like your reality, but you know you should be moving towards that vision, but you're not quite sure how to, follow this channel, because we're going to be talking about how to actually align yourself with a life that is meant for you. And I mean through your identity, through your mindset, through your lifestyle shifts and changes, your discipline, your habits. We're going to be talking about all of that. I have so much to share with you guys about my journey, my experiences, the lessons I've learned, what God has taught me. And I want this channel to be about that. Not only that, there are some entrepreneurs out there who are called to build something special, something that the world needs. And the Lord has blessed me with a unique skill set to be able to build businesses and strategize for businesses, to market businesses. We are in the digital world, and life has changed. It's not the same the way that we knew it. And so things have changed so much. So that means that if you're an entrepreneur, if you are even a professional, and you want to cultivate a personal brand that is unique to you, that feels aligned, I am going to be talking about all of that on my channel. I'm going to be talking about marketing strategy. I'm going to be talking about showing up online. I'm going to be talking about building your business that is aligned with you, and not a business that you're just building just for money and fame and fortune and all of that. I'm talking about a real business that feels like you, that feels like an extension of your soul. If you are that person, I need you to subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be talking about all of those things. And I wanted to share this journey with you guys because I wanted to open up about how I've been led to this business and how I've been led to this channel. I'm taking it seriously. So I'm going to be posting weekly, every single week, one video a week. And the last video I posted is doing quite well. I'm so happy that you guys are resonating with it. I'm going to stay consistent. And if you guys have any questions, any ideas, anything about lifestyle and business, your calling, alignment, and I mean for real, preparation, preparing for the things that you are praying for and asking for, shoot them in the comments. I've been thinking about how I can best help you all. I'm soon going to be opening up one-on-one coaching, one-on-one strategy sessions. So if you really need to brainstorm and really get clear, maybe you have a question, or you don't know how to really showcase something that you have in your mind, we're going to be doing clarity sessions and strategy sessions to where you can bring me your ideas, you can bring me what it is that's on your heart. And maybe you just need confirmation. Maybe you just need reassurance and empowerment. Maybe you actually need the strategy to be able to carry it out. We're going to be talking about that. Look out for my one-on-one sessions. I'm currently just working on the website and everything. But if you would like one-on-one coaching, if you're interested in that, if that sounds like something that you're looking for, also shoot me a comment. You guys can also DM me on my social media platforms. I'm going to have that in the description below. I'm just grateful and I'm excited for what the Lord has in store for this business. I'm excited for building this community on a firm foundation. So anyways, I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. Subscribe to this channel if you want to stay, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.